Take a look at the starting lineups. First for the Seawolves, a powerful pack led up front by Cameron Orr, first team All-MLR a year ago.
Yeah, incredible four-pack, the engine room. They've got the best scrum in the league in that front row. But I'm looking at that back row and Hadding, the captain. He's going to have a lot of meters. In the back line, the 9-10 combination has got to be there. J.P. Smith with his 100th MLR appearance. Getting out to the electric Divin Rousseau on the outside of the 13. He's great with ball in hand. He's going to have a lot of clean line breaks tonight.
Seattle led by fifth-year head coach Alan Clark, the 57-year-old former Irish international hooker, and Ulsterman, Kutsa, the Canadian international, and Winkluski, the USA Eagle, headline the front row replacements. Now we take a look at the starting lineup for the visitors. Piffaletti, the USA Eagle, at loosehead, Vincer at hooker, Abel at tight head up front for the forwards.
Yeah, we're talking about defensive dominance from the Chicago Hounds team, led by the platform of the engine room. And I'm looking at number 7, Rumble. That guy's an absolute unit at 7. Lots of tackles on his shoulders tonight.
Take a look at the backs. A lot of talent there. Tim Sweel will be at 10, pulling the strings.
Yeah, in terms of tactical kicking, they're number 1 in open play kicks. So that number 9-10 combination in Basca and Sweel has got to be on point. Getting out to Campbell. Lots of tackles on that Divin Rousseau tonight.
Chicago led by Chris Latham, the 49-year-old former Wallaby and Australian Super Rugby star. Spent last year as an assistant with Seattle. Zabrick Fletcher and the Uruguayan international Peculo front row replacements for the visitors from the Windy City. Officials for tonight's contest: George Myers from Queensland, Australia, the man in the middle, his second match in MLR this season. Assisted by Khalil Harrison, Juan Pata. As we get ready to get underway, Mike Kelly is the TMO. 71 degrees, mostly cloudy, a slight breeze, a beautiful evening in the Pacific Northwest. Couldn't ask for much better weather.
Yeah, incredible weather, incredible stadium. Absolutely phenomenal for the Seawolves to have their home crowd out in these kind of conditions. And we know they're great at home. And they got a big test tonight.
Tim Sweel underway. Chicago in the light blue city kits. Seattle, the hitman Mason Peterson bowling across midfield. Yoda, Elijah Noah there with the carry. Kieran Van Vuren. There was Charles Elton, the flanker. Now Reno Herbst into a wall there of light blue. Advantage to Seattle. Yona looking to give his side an early lead. Yona with the distance and the accuracy, 3-0. Seawolves on top, 6 minutes in.
But that's going to be all game to make sure that they don't get the advantage on that tactical kicking ping pong.
First line out, Vincer able to find Hamish Bain, the Scot. Here comes Seattle, quickly out wide, upended was Rumble by Inafuti, and Rumble not wrapped up. He'll continue forward, the Canadian international.
Backwards.
Ball on the turf, went backwards, White there to retain possession. Now Bain, nothing doing, tough tackling from Van Vuren in the Seawolves. Intercepted, Inafuti with the ball. Futi turns on the Jets, around 1, cuts back inside. Futi with the offload, and it's Rousseau with the first try. Seattle extends the lead 8-0, 8 minutes in, Seawolves on top.
The Seattle Seawall coming up, putting the pressure on Chicago and just stepping into that passing channel. The winger. Beautiful individual effort, and it's just a flat ball trying to skip across. Futi just steps to the passing channel, puts his head down, steps on the inside, gets his hands free, and guess who it is? Divin Rousseau, support scores tries in rugby. He's there.
Creel calling for reinforcement. Chicago inching closer to that try line. Awaru, the Canadian international, yet again. Advantage to Chicago. Out wide they go. Over the top, spinning and dotted down. Mark O'Keefe with the first points for the Hounds.
Chicago is relentless once they get into the goal line zone mode, and just play after play, big forwards, great support and ball retention.
Checking that, George.
And just finding the outside player, great big skip pass for an open player. You see the pressure on the interior, consolidating that defense. Lots of Seawolf defenders right there on the goal line. Looking up here, and check out this pass on the money to the hands. Defender was there, but
everybody sticking to tackles right now for Seattle. Chicago pushed back. This is what the Seattle fans have grown accustomed to seeing since day one. The Seawolves flying to the gain line, really setting the tone defensively. Abel out wide, intercepted. Here comes Seattle. A massive tackle there from Noah Flesh, and he had to. Pulu was on the spot. May well have been off to the races.
I think we just might have seen a yellow card.
Take another look.
Nice run to the outside, Abel right there. Good intercept on the outside, looking for support. The tackle's there.
Yeah, once you get to the line, we'll go to a hydration break. Yeah.
Rousseau ready to kick to touch. Hydration break coming, and we have some pretty special news coming up after the hydration break, so make sure to stick with us for that. If you're a Seattle fan, if you're now rumble, you see the fatigue starting to set in for both sides.
Yeah, playing advantage.
Advantage to Chicago.
It'll be on your feet to make a tackle.
Luke White, Bain. Oh, the big man rumbling inside, upended. Back we will go. Basker raises the flags, and we are tied at 8. Will indeed. Venter with the throw. Stolen away by Seattle. Reno Herbst, certainly a factor, and here comes Rousseau the other way. Across midfield, turns on the Jets, has the offload to Matthews. Now Futi. Taken down inside the 22, Seattle on the front foot. Smith, able to find Reno Herbst.
Thank you.
Seattle trying to settle things down a bit. The opportunity still very much theirs. Out to Rickard Hadding. The captain dots it down, and the Seawolves are back on top.
And that's how you convert in the red zone. Simplify and convert. That's what it looks like. Great line break on the outside from the back line. And finished by the captain, Rickard Hadding, in the corner. Beautiful from Seattle. Check it out here. Great pressure at the line of touch. Turnover immediately moved out to the backs and through the hands to the...
Half done.
As the first half comes to a close, Seattle with the lead going into the shed. Seawolves 15, Hounds 8. Take a look at our first half try summary. They've taken time to gel, but tonight could be one of those victories if they can hold on that changes everything with 9 matches remaining. Underway in the second half, Yona has us going for the final 40. Again, trying to get it wide. Futi stepping inside, couldn't get his hands free for the offload.
All right, we got an advantage.
Advantage to Seattle, offside against Chicago. Back here to the near side.
No advantage.
That's a recipe for success if you're Seattle.
Futi, so dangerous, ball in hand. All MLR second team in 2023, trying to get back to that form as Yona.
There's no mitigation and there's a high degree of danger, so it's a red card.
A red card to Tim Swiel.
Your mark is going to be on. Your mark is going to be on that side of the field. You're going to go to your right to the 40-meter line between the 5 and 15.
Yeah.
So Chicago without their star fly half. He saw yellow in the first, sees red in the second.
Yeah, Tim Swiel, the fly half, coming in there.
Back on, guys.
That's what the TMOs are for, to make sure they're protecting players on both sides of the ball. Just drifted into that tackle, made contact late, head-to-head contact, and you just got to do that. You got to do that better.
So Swiel is done for the game. Chicago be down a man for 20. They will be able to bring a player on when that red card expires, but it will not be Tim Swiel as his evening is done.
A big opportunity for Seattle right now with 20 minutes. We talk about winning the 20s. Chicago will be down a man and really have to focus.
Pick and go, big man trying to submarine underneath, still short. Another go, the captain this time, waiting for the signal, none yet. Chicago will have to give it another go. No, hold on, they will not. as George Myers comes around to the side and signals a try. Able to get underneath and dot it down. Who else but the captain, Lucas Rumble.
And the captain right there, marshaling the team up the pitch. You saw him earlier. Stay composed, boys. We're just going to get this try done. And this is where Chicago's great. Doesn't matter they're a man down right now. They're in the engine room. They're supporting each other and just having the majority of the territory. And it seemed like Seattle let off the gas a little bit, and then all of a sudden they're in your red zone. And we got to switch back on, but it's a little too late once they're in that zone.
They got down, were able to respond. The red card to Swiel certainly changed the complexion of this match. Matthews. Back it goes. Card coming out.
They had numbers out wide.
And it's going to go against Chicago. Jonah to attempt the penalty, looking to tie this at 18 before the hydration break.
20 seconds.
And the Samoan International sends it through. We are tied yet again. 20 minutes remaining. Coming off the bye week, and I spoke with their head coach, Alan Clark. He said, gave the guys some time off. It was a soul-searching week, and I wanted to do that on purpose. I wanted people to really focus, with 9 matches remaining, what we could bring individually and collectively, and they appear to have worked. Rousseau out wide. Matthews on to Futi. Futi down the touchline, and Ina Futi in for 5. Seattle extends the lead.
Great pressure at the line of touch from Seattle, and again, turnover to the edge. You spin it wide, and the hands have been superb, and Futi is just feeling it right now. And here we go, taking a look. Great skip ball out the backside. Here's Rousseau to Matthews. Nice pin and pass to the corner. Futi knows he's in. Nothing but green grass, and scores for the number 14. But that's the danger on the corners. They've been finding a bit of purchase on. They're very savvy. They can go ahead and take the ball, but they can also create and play make. You get a great attacking option there on the 15s, and they're really exploiting it. And another one over the top. But his ball delivery and his distribution has been great. His decision-making, kicking for territory, really set this team up for success. And just Rousseau at that 13, great line break that set up the try for Hadding, and the support from the outside for his own try. He's had a phenomenal game.
Noah Brown trying to break through. Maul formed, you hear our referees say. Has a man, here comes Baska out wide, a little show and go into the hands, and dotted down. Higgins with the try, the replacement halfback. Chicago not done yet. Is there time?
Might be time, 20 points. 8 points of difference would be a huge conversion here. But nice job on the corner from Chicago on the edge. A nice little show and go.
Thank you, Mike.
Baiting that defender in. That's experience, bringing in that defender and the support on.
Raises the flag, 28-22. We are not done yet at Starfire. Seattle, that'll do it. Final whistle blows. Hilsenbeck sends it to touch. Seattle holds on. Chicago thought they had time, and that is exactly what the captain, Lucas Rumble, is saying. What a match tonight at Starfire.